Welcome back to another mystery in our journey through the shadows of history. Today, we uncover something that defies every rule of war, a division that refused to surrender, even when death had already claimed them. The Ghost Division of Normandy awaits.
June 1944. The Allied forces stormed these very shores, but something else landed with them that day.
D-Day brought thunder and fury. Thousands of brave souls charged into the jaws of death, knowing many would never return home. Among them was the 29th Infantry Division, ordinary men thrust into extraordinary hell. But they were about to become something more. The casualties were devastating. Entire companies wiped out in minutes. The sand turned crimson with sacrifice. But as darkness fell that first night, survivors reported something impossible. Their fallen brothers were still fighting. Shadowy figures moved through the trenches. Voices whispered coordinates. Hands guided the lost through minefields in the dark. The accounts began appearing in journals, whispered between soldiers who feared speaking too loudly of what they witnessed. American, British, Canadian troops all reported the same phenomenon, an invisible force protecting them from the shadows. They called them the Ghost Division. An army that death itself couldn't stop from completing their mission. But who were they really? And why did they remain? The answers lie deeper in the fog of war.
Private James Cooper's squad was pinned down behind enemy lines, 3 days after the initial landing. Ammunition running low.
That's when Cooper saw him, a sergeant in blood-stained uniform, gesturing through the smoke. His face was familiar but wrong.
The figure led them through a path Cooper didn't know existed. Behind enemy lines, past every German position.
They reached safety at dawn. Cooper turned to thank him, but the sergeant was gone, vanished like morning mist.
Later, Cooper found his savior's face among the casualties. Sergeant William Hayes, killed on D-Day's first hour.
Get him to the top!
Hayes died protecting his men from machine gun fire, and his last words reportedly were,
Get him to the top!
Across the front, similar stories emerged. British soldier Thomas Green swore ghostly medics dressed his wounds when no living soul was near.
A Canadian sniper reported a spectral spotter who pointed out enemy positions, saving dozens from hidden German snipers. During artillery barrages, soldiers witnessed figures standing unharmed in explosions, marking safe paths through the chaos. Command dismissed these accounts as combat stress, hallucinations born from exhaustion and trauma. But the reports kept coming.
Too many witnesses. Too many identical descriptions. Men who'd never met described the same fallen soldiers helping them.
The Ghost Division wasn't a rumor anymore. It was an open secret, a phenomenon no one could explain but everyone felt.
Intelligence began receiving information through impossible channels. Coordinates appearing in documents overnight. Enemy positions known with supernatural accuracy.
Radio operators reported receiving tactical updates on silent frequencies, messages from call signs belonging to the dead. Reconnaissance missions reported spectral scouts moving ahead, marking German patrols with an ethereal light only the living could somehow sense.
Even German forces reported the phenomenon. They spoke of ghost soldiers appearing in their trenches, creating chaos and confusion.
Military chaplains found themselves conducting services for congregations they could barely see. Prayers for those between worlds.
Field hospitals reported impossible survival rates. Nurses swore invisible hands guided their work during the most critical surgeries. Letters home began mentioning guardian angels. Soldiers wrote of fallen friends watching over them, refusing to abandon their brothers. The Ghost Division stood watch over their own graves, a brotherhood that transcended death itself. The breakthrough came during the battle for Carrington. Outnumbered forces reported an entire ghostly battalion joining their charge.
They took the bridge against impossible odds. Survivors claim their fallen comrades fought beside them, one last time.
German prisoners spoke of phantom armies. They surrendered not to the living, but to the overwhelming presence of the dead.
even generals acknowledged them. Orders were given accounting for the Ghost Division, their presence becoming part of tactical planning.
As the Allies pushed inland, the Ghost Division marched with them. Every step toward Paris, every village liberated, they were there.
Decades later, declassified documents revealed the truth. Command knew.
A secret investigation was launched. Codename, Operation Eternal Watch. Their mission, understand the Ghost Division.
Hundreds of soldiers were interviewed under oath. Their testimonies were consistent, detailed, impossible to dismiss as mass hallucination.
Scientists were brought in. Physicists, psychologists, even theologians. None could explain what was happening on the battlefields of Normandy.
Photographs captured anomalies, shapes in the smoke, figures that shouldn't exist, energy readings that defied every known law of physics.
French civilians reported the same entities. They'd seen them protecting villages, warning of danger, standing guard through the night.
Children claimed the ghost soldiers played with them, protected them from unexploded ordnance. Guardian spirits in the truest sense.
The French resistance spoke of spectral guides leading them to Allied positions, coordinating efforts across the Veil of Death.
During German counterattacks, entire defensive lines appeared from nowhere. The Ghost Division forming an impenetrable wall of spectral force.
Wounded were carried to safety through impossible terrain. Ghostly hands cleared mines, bridged gaps, guided the living through death's domain.
War correspondents struggled to report it. How do you write about ghosts in a serious war dispatch? Some tried. Most stayed silent.
The newspapers hinted. Guardian angels, miracles, unexplained phenomena. The truth hidden between the lines for those who knew.
High Command faced a choice. Acknowledge the impossible or maintain the silence. They chose silence, but kept detailed records. As summer turned to August, something changed. The Ghost Division became more visible, more active. As Paris was liberated, witnesses claimed ghostly soldiers marched in the victory parade, finally seeing the freedom they died to achieve. Living soldiers embraced the air, thanking brothers they could barely see. A bond beyond life, beyond death, beyond understanding.
But as celebration filled the streets, the Ghost Division began to fade. Their work nearing its end, their purpose almost fulfilled. Soldiers watched their spectral saviors depart. No words exchanged, none needed.
They returned to Normandy, to the beaches where they fell, taking their posts along the coast.
They appeared once more during the final push into Germany. Every fallen soldier from every battle, one last magnificent stand.
When victory came in 1945, they stood among the celebrating crowds. Mission complete.
Veterans returned to Normandy in later years, swearing they still felt their presence. A hand on a shoulder, a voice in the wind.
The American cemetery at Normandy holds nearly 10,000 graves. Some say the Ghost Division never truly left.
Tour guides share the stories. Visitors report strange sensations. Cold spots on hot days. Whispers carrying on windless afternoons.
Security guards know better than to patrol certain areas after dark. Some presences deserve their privacy, their eternal watch undisturbed.
The few surviving veterans still tell the tale. Their grandchildren listen wide-eyed.
Modern researchers have pieced together what Command tried to hide. Thousands of documents confirming every detail.
Scientists have tested the beaches. Energy signatures remain.
Psychologists offer theories. Collective trauma, mass hallucination. But none explain the paranormal investigators to detect consistent phenomena. Every June 6th, activities. Theologians speak of souls bound by duty, unable to rest until their mission was complete. Warriors caught between worlds. Quantum physicists theorize consciousness imprints in space-time itself. Moments of such intensity, they echo through reality forever.
Whatever the explanation, the witnesses remain consistent. Across decades, across nations.
The story never changed. Something was there.
The evidence is overwhelming. Too many witnesses, too much documentation, too many lives saved by the impossible.
Whether spirits, echoes, or something beyond our understanding, they fought for freedom even after death claimed. Today, families walk those beaches. Children play where heroes fell. The freedom they enjoy was purchased with the ultimate price. We remember the fallen. We honor their sacrifice. But perhaps some remember us too.
The Ghost Division stands eternal guard, Not haunting, but protecting. Not lost.
Perhaps one day they'll finally rest. When their sacrifice is never forgotten, when freedom remains sacred, they may find their peace.
Until then, they remain. Teachers of courage, examples of duty beyond death, proof that some bonds cannot be broken.
The beaches of Normandy hold more than memory. They hold guardians.
Visit on a quiet evening. Stand among those graves. Perhaps you'll feel it too, the presence.
This is the mystery of the Ghost Division, an impossible story that somehow is true, a testament to sacrifice that transcends understanding. They gave everything for tomorrow, and perhaps, in ways we cannot see, they guard that tomorrow.
This is World War X, where we uncover the mysteries history tried to hide, the unexplained.
If this story moved you, honor their memory by subscribing to World War X. Together, we keep these mysteries alive.